Hey there, YouTube. Hope you're doing well. And as you guys know, Chucky is the last killer that came out for Dead by Daylight at the time of recording this video. And when Chucky came out, both on the PTB and on live, I was addicted to playing him. I loved the gameplay loop. I loved interacting with Chucky. I loved playing as Chucky. I was just having a great time with him and using the power, specifically the slice and dice part of the power. And it's been a bit. We've already had a PTB come and go. We've had a decent amount of time to kind of digest. And apparently behavior feels the same way because a dev went onto the behavior discussion forums and posted asking for feedback about Chucky now that he's been out for a while and how he is to play as and against. And I read through these for a bit and just kind of gathered thoughts, tried to figure out what the overall consensus was and my pain points as well to kind of bring that together. Some of it's good criticism and some of it's very bad, but overall that's how it's going to go with a feedback discussion. But the overall general consensus reading through all these and my personal feelings towards Chucky as well is Scamper is far too forgiving in terms of using the mechanic, and it's far too easy to get free hits off of it. It doesn't really feel that good to go against, and it's just very easy to use. There's no real downside to using it. You can hold your hidey ho, wait till a survivor drops a pallet, activate it, slide right under, and on a lot of tiles, you can pretty much always guarantee a hit. And on the flip side of things, slice and dice doesn't really get to be used enough. That is the fun part of the power for Chucky and for going against Chucky, is dodging and interacting with that slice and dice. I feel like slice and dice should be the main tool that Chucky uses and be able to be used more frequently. Whereas Scamper, I feel like, should be this thing to kind of catch people off guard, but it shouldn't be a thing to secure free hits and the main way to use the power, because it never gets punished for being used and never goes on cooldown unless your hidey ho just kind of ends. They also both get used in a very annoying way as well, where you wait until the survivor drops the pallet, you go under the pallet, and they might be able to make it to the other end of the loop again to go back over the pallet to be safe, but you combine the Scamper with the slice and dice and they're never going to make it and they can't get anywhere in time. So it's another free hit. So overall, the general consensus is that Scamper needs to be a bit more punished and or discouraged from being the main use of the power, and slice and dice needs to be more encouraged, as well as maybe a few other quality of life things that you could give them. I'm not exactly sure which direction would be the most solid to go for specific changes for Chucky, but a few ideas to kind of float around are going under a pallet with Scamper deactivates hidey ho, going under a pallet with Scamper slows Chucky down, or it takes longer overall, or he can't even attack after he goes under with Scamper. Something to discourage just using it as a force the free hit with Scamper kind of thing, and make it to where it is a tool that can be used, but it isn't something that is just the main way to use the power. Overall, bring Scamper back a lot. And to counterbalance that, make hidey ho a lot more available so that you can use slice and dice more. Maybe tweak hidey ho a little bit so it's a little more clear when Chucky is showing up and where he's coming from. I could even see them lowering the amount of time that hidey ho actually lasts to like 15 seconds or something like that. That would also be a good adjustment to the stealth. But other than that, just make it to where hidey ho's cooldown is only 12 to 15 seconds rather than 20, because 20 is a long time to wait for using your power again. And so making it to where you can use it and slice and dice more, maybe counteract, cut people off, and maybe use a Scamper every now and then on a window or something where it's a lot less punishing for the survivor and it doesn't feel like you just got robbed and your input doesn't mean anything. You can actually use it in order to get more slice and dices, the more fun part of the power for both killer and survivor. And as a small little buff / quality of life thing, you could make his power available at the start of the match. Right now, he starts on his full cooldown when he loads into the game, and I feel like you could probably get rid of that and everything would be fine with him, but maybe that's a little bit too far, I don't know. But that's how I feel about Chucky and the feedback that I have to give about Chucky after a lot of time being able to play against him, being able to play as him, and how I feel playing against the certain mechanics that he provides. For everything else with Chucky, the third-person camera is awesome to be able to use as a killer. It's a brand new aspect of mind games and such, and it's really, really cool. The voice lines from Brad Dourif are fantastic and really, really well done. The overall aesthetic of Chucky and him being in the game is really, really neat. But overall, that's the feedback I have to provide for Chucky. That seems to be the general consensus from a lot of different people as well in these forums. So let me know what you think about Chucky and what you feel could be changed for him, or if you think he's just the perfect killer. I don't know. Well, how do you feel about going against him? How do you feel about playing as him? Let me know what you think. Thank you very much for watching the video, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.